this guy is still alive. He's a fighter. First time, cleaning fish by the sea. Such a great experience.
Hi, I'm Malcolm. Traveling used to be a huge part of my life as a chef owner. But these days, I can't help but find myself stuck between home and work. Today, I'm finally going outdoors and setting foot on St. John's and Lazarus Island, a Singapore I've never known. I've been told that I'll be meeting Dr. Hamzah, who has spent years researching and collecting stories of this land. So I can't wait to see what we will uncover today.
Morning.
Hi, Malcolm.
Nice to see you.
How's it right here?
Yeah, very good. Yes. Very excited to be here.
Well, welcome to St. John's Island. So today we'll be visiting a few places that I think you'll find interesting.
Okay.
And the first stop will actually be one of the highest points of St. John's Island.
Alright, let's go.
When people actually come down to St. John's Island, they think that they're just visiting one island. But in actual fact, they're actually visiting 3 islands that were separate before, but connected sometime in the 2000s as a way of trying to link the spaces together. So we're St. John's Island, but further down there, that is Lazarus Island.
Yep.
And then further, just before the mainland, you have Seringat Island. So we take a look at this board here. It actually gives you a very good overview of the island. Now, actually, St. John Island has a very long and checkered history. Right?
Yeah.
The history of the island started all the way back to the 1800s when Sir Stephenopoulos came down in 1819. The day before, he was actually docked here. At that point of time, St. John was uninhabited. So he would have actually met people who were living from some of the other nearby islands.
Yeah.
That was the starting point, but still, nothing was actually done on the island until the 1870s when it became a quarantine station. Now, this was because there was a cholera outbreak that happened in 1873. So when you think about the islands, right, people always ask me, why is it called St. John's Island? If you were to ask the Malay inhabitants, they would tell you that the original name of the island was actually Pulau Sekijang Bendera. Sekijang means barking deer,
okay.
right? And Bendera means flag, which refers to the area as a quarantine station.
Okay.
Now, there is actually a myth associated with how the name actually came about. The name Sekijang probably came about because there was this legend of 2 barking deers. One of the barking deers was actually on Pulau Sekijang Bendera, and the other barking deer was on the other island, which is Pulau Sekijang Pelepah. Pelepah means fronds because there used to be a lot of coconut trees there. They were separated and essentially they decided to call the 2 islands by the name.
Yeah.
And the reason why it's called St. John's is because at that point of time, the British could not really pronounce or probably misheard what the locals told them the name of the island was.
Sekijang.
Yeah,
St.
Sekijang,
John's, yes.
St. John. And Lazarus came about because it came from the word lazaretto, which is an Italian word, which means healing station or the quarantine station. So on the right here, you actually have a structure. This used to be the St. John's Island English School.
English school.
Yeah. A lot of the people who are actually living on the island will actually send their children here to study. So they don't actually have to go all the way to the mainland, right? There was another school on Lazarus Island, but that was a Malay school. So if they wanted to be taught in the medium of English, then they would actually come all the way down here for the classes. Yeah? So aside from the school, you also have the mosque. Many of the people who lived here and worked here, they were Muslims and they needed a place where they could actually do their prayers. So the mosque actually fulfilled that purpose. This basically just gives you an idea of some of the ways in which the local people actually lived on the island.
So when did the last of the people moved out from the island?
Well, most of the people actually moved out a long time ago, but the last 3 people who was living on the island actually moved out in 2015, 2016. So that's why we don't actually have people staying on the island anymore. So if you're ready, we're going to check out some of the other places here to see how the island has been repurposed over the years.
Okay,
Yeah?
let's go.
Hi, Kirby. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you.
How are you doing?
Hi, Gary. Hello.
Hi, welcome.
Hi, good to see you.
Yes, I told you earlier that this island has actually been repurposed, right? We have Kirby here and I think he's in the best position to actually tell us about it.
So right now we are standing at Singapore Food Agency, SFA's Marine Aquaculture Centre, which we call MAC for short. We are at the broodstock holding facility where we're holding adult aged fish, in this case Asian sea bass, barramundi for short, where we hold them and get them to produce eggs and larvae to supply for both research as well as for the local fish farms. So currently in this spawning net, there's about 5 million larvae.
That's like the whole population of Singapore in this small tank.
It's just as you said, the main purpose of SFA right now is to support our 30 by 30 goal, which is to provide 30% of Singapore's food from local produce by 2030. So actually, many of the barramundi that you have in your restaurant might have originated here from MAC.
This is the source of all our
Yeah.
yummy fish that we serve in the restaurant.
And you will never run out of fish in the future. For sure.
Fantastic news, no?
Yeah. Right, so I just wanted to stop us right here because I wanted to show you something in front of us that actually says a little bit about the history of Lazarus Island itself. Right? So when you actually look in front of you right now, you don't really see anything of significance.
Yep.
But in the past, this was basically the start of the village that used to be on the island. There were actually quite a lot of houses lining the beach all the way around to the other side. And most of the houses were actually built on stilts to prevent any kind of water seeping into the house because it's actually located on the coast itself. On Lazarus Island itself, you didn't only just have the houses, you also had another provision shop here, you had a clinic, you also had a community center, a mosque, as well as Pulau Sekijang Pelepah Malay School. And a lot of the people who actually lived on the islands, they were the orang pulaus. Many of them were fishermen, although some of them also worked, or took up some jobs as caretakers or gardeners or landscapers on St. John's Island or on Lazarus Island itself. Another interesting point also is that Lazarus was not the first place to be inhabited. So we don't actually have exact dates, but before the 1800s, the first few people who came down were actually settled on Seringat Island, which is the third island that you see further down here. That's also connected by a causeway, right? So that is actually a very shallow kind of island. And every time the tides came in, it was inundated. So after a while, we sea level rise and everything else, right? It was not sustainable for them to live on that island anymore. So many of them actually moved to Lazarus Island, and that's why this island became the most populated. So I mentioned, right, that the villagers who used to live here were really good fishermen. So how would you like to have a hand in trying fishing?
Yes, of course. I love fishing.
Perfect.
Alright,
So we're going to get on a boat, and some of my friends are actually going to show us what it takes to actually fish.
Oh, lovely.
All right,
All right,
shall we?
Let's do it.
Okay. Malcolm, come here. I think I've got something. Oh, there's nothing there. Oh well, guess we'll just have to try again.
I feel something.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Well, reel it in then.
Look at it.
That's quite a fish.
With Dr. Hamzah as the captain of our fishing adventures, we managed to catch just enough fish to prepare Ikan Chuan Chuan, a traditional deep-fried Peranakan dish topped with fragrant soybean paste and lots of ginger. I know he's hungry, and I can't wait for him to try this dish that's closely tied to my childhood.
Dr. Hamzah, here we go.
Oh wow,
Literally
Malcolm.
fresh catch
You
of the
have
day.
outdone yourself. Look at that, that's beautiful.
Starting the day with no expectations, I'm glad I got a chance to see St. John's and Lazarus Island through the eyes of Dr. Hamzah. It really brought me a greater appreciation of our southern islands and its history, along with how it evolved through the years. Today has shown me that even though Singapore is small, the stories it holds are certainly not, and my brief experience has only made me want to jump back to explore it once again.